Hey guys, it's Barrett with the Gimpy Camper. I want to walk you through how we're going to change the oil after we put the generator in the generator tray. That 2-inch hole that we cut in the bottom of the tray is going to come in really handy. I did this once as a test run. Actually, I was going to put a Famoto drain valve on there. I don't know if you've seen those or not. I'm going to put a picture of one right here. And that just turned into a hassle because you couldn't turn it all the way on there. Because the side where the lever is kept getting stuck on the fill tube. And so, you know, they make extensions for those, which would work, but I can't find one in that size. I sent them an email to see if they had one. They hadn't responded. It's been a couple of days. I think I'm just going to send that back. I'm really an advocate of those things for your cars if you change your oil a lot, but the downside to that is that a lot of commercial places will not change your oil after you put one of those on. So for this project, we're going to need a 10mm socket and an extension and a ratchet. And we're just going to put the oil in this cup, which we put it in yesterday before we redid that. Just put the old oil back in because I was just wanting something to be in there in case I was to forget and start it. But it was so easy to change like that, I think that I'm just going to stick with it. So what we're going to do is we're going to take the drain plug out. We're going to let the oil flow. It falls through the bottom of the machine, through the hole in the shelf, and then just into this cup. It's not too bad. We did warm this oil up. That way it would come out a little bit easier. If you hadn't checked out our original version on how to change the oil, go ahead and check that out. I'll put a link here in the corner. This is even easier than changing it the regular way because you don't have to pick it up and put it on some blocks, which was the most annoying part about changing the oil. If I wouldn't have used the 2-inch hole, I probably would have missed it because it's about 3/4 of an inch from one of the sides of the hole. So I think we made a good judgment call. We're just going to put our bolt back in. Still dripping a couple of drips. I just got it landing in the cup there. That's the thing, after you put the bolt back in, it'll still drip a little bit just because there's oil in the bottom of the generator here. You want to leave this thing pulled out for a little while, that way any of that residual oil can fall out before you put it back in the camper. For our replacement oil, I never really paid much attention to it before. It just said usually you want to use 10W30, so that's what I always got. But on a lot of forums, they say not to use synthetic motor oil. I'm not a big motorhead, so I don't know, if that really makes a difference or not. I did learn that you can't just buy conventional oil at Walmart anymore. Apparently all they have synthetic. And all that I saw at O'Reilly's was Valvoline and conventional. So it's harder and harder to come by. Helps if you take the dipstick out first. We did a video on this magnetic oil dipstick. Be sure to check that out. Links in the corner. Got our oil in. We're going to put our dipstick back in. I just cleaned this off the other day, so if you got the magnetic dipstick, of course, wipe the end of it off, get any metal flakes off of it that are on there. And it's not abnormal for there to be metal flakes in the inside of an engine. There just shouldn't be a whole ton of them, but there's always enough to dust the end of the magnet. All right, and then we're going to start her up and let her run for a little bit.
forget to hit that subscribe button.